Good morning, happy Saturday everyone. Welcome here at Aura 7 Yoga. My name is Francesca and I'm gonna guide you through your Saturday 10 a.m. Pacific time yoga session. If you need to grab, good morning, if you need to grab some props, grab some blocks, grab some straps, and we're gonna get going because it's 10 o'clock. So today I brought a clock because I tend to forget about the time when I teach yoga. So hopefully we're gonna keep a track on time and finish it on time. And then we're gonna get going. All right, so this morning we're gonna start in a child's pose. So come to your mat, bring your knees nice and wide onto the mat, all the way to the edges of the mat. Bring your big toes to touch behind you. Drop the hips down to your heels and then slowly start to walk the arms in front of you. Place the forehead down onto the mat. Soften the shoulders. Start to soften the muscles around your face, around your jaw, around your eyelids, around the forehead. Soften your belly. Start to relax your hips. Allow your hips to fall back towards the heels. Just allow the whole body to melt down towards the earth, to the mat. Then shift your focus to your breath. Just start to simply watch your inhales. Notice your exhales. Start to feel the energy as you pulling the air in through the nose all the way deep down into your lungs, filling up your body with this brand new energy, this freshness. And as you exhale, feel that beautiful release as you softening the shoulders, the belly, the hips, the skin around the body. Now with the next inhale breath, start to reach the fingertips more forward. Lift the forearms and the elbows away from the mat. Spread the fingers away from each other. Pull the belly into the spine. Lengthen out from your lower back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Start to soften everything back down to the mat. Again, deep inhale as you reach the fingers forward. Lift the forearms and elbows away from the mat. Pull the belly into the spine. Then exhale. Soften everything back down to the mat. One more time, deep inhale, reach your fingers more forward, spread the fingers away from each other, lift the elbows, forearms away from the mat, stretch the whole spine, and exhale, drop everything back down to the earth. Blink your eyes open, turn the head to the right, turn the head to the left, massage out your forehead. Do that a couple times. Massaging our third eye, the center of intuition, the center of knowledge. Start to connect to yourself. And gently rise up into a tabletop position, coming to that all fours, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, spreading the fingers, pointing the toes back, knees underneath the hips. Your neck is nice and long. With the next inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone to the sky. Exhale, round, push the earth away, tuck the chin to the chest. Again, inhale, lift up your gaze, lift up the tailbone, drop the belly. Exhale, push the earth away, gaze back to your navel. And then come back to a neutral tabletop position. Bring your knees a little closer together and then slowly start to send your right leg back behind you. Point the right toes, especially the right pinky toe, down to the mat. Pull the belly in, lengthen out from the spine. Try to lift the right heel all the way hip height. And then keep turning the right pinky toe down, straightening out through the right leg. Slightly lifting up from your upper back, rounding through the upper spine. Shift the body weight to the right palm and pick up your left palm. Bring your bicep to the ear, thumb towards the sky. Pull the belly in and lengthen from your lower spine. Feel that beautiful energy from the right heel all the way to the left pinky. Reaching, lengthening. Deep inhale. Exhale, pull the elbow and knee to touch underneath the body. Gaze back to your navel like you do in your cat pose. Inhale, come back slowly to extension. Reach, lengthen, flex the back foot. Exhale again, pull the elbow and knee to touch, round, tuck the chin to the chest, gaze back to the navel. Inhale, come back to extension. We're going to do that one more time. Lift up from the right shoulder. Exhale, pull the elbow and knee to touch underneath your body and then start to pulse it in. Shh, shh, shh. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lengthen, lift up from that bottom shoulder, from that right shoulder. Bend your back leg, sweep the left fingertips back, capture the foot, and then start to kick into your palm.
Roll the left shoulder back, lift up from your right wrist, right shoulder. Then slowly come on back down, all the way back into that tabletop position. Inhale your right arm up to the ceiling, open it up. Exhale, thread the needle, reach the right arm underneath the body. Place your right shoulder, right ear down to the mat. Then start to reach the left arm forward. Wrap your left tricep muscles down to the earth and spin your left bicep up to the ceiling. Good, then lift the left arm back to the ceiling or up to the ceiling. Bend the elbow and reach back behind your back. Roll the left shoulder up to the ceiling, pull the belly in, and twist from the waistline. And maybe if you want, you can pick up that left foot, play here a little bit if you're ready for that. If today you just want to focus on that nice twist, stay there and focus on the breath. Maybe bending the top leg, all variation. Good, slowly make your way back. Release the left knee if you lifted it up. Open from that bind, push the left palm down to the earth and reach your right arm up to the ceiling once again. And release, come on back into that tabletop position. Turn the left foot out to the side and step your right leg back into a modified side plank. Your left palm is right underneath your left shoulder. You lift it up from the left shoulder, reach the right arm to the sky. Engage your right outer hip. Flex the right foot and pick up your right heel. And reach the top arm forward, bicep to the ear, palm facing down. Still lifting up from your bottom shoulder. Take a deep inhale, exhale, pull the elbow and knee to touch in front of you. Inhale, slowly reach and lengthen, tuck the tailbone under, spine is long, exhale, everything comes together. Good, one more time. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Then exhale, pull it in and pause it in 5 times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Hold here. Bend your back leg. Sweep the right fingertips back. Capture the foot. Start to kick into your palm. Push the belly more forward. Deep inhale. Slowly release. Send the right leg back. Right arm high. Release the right foot down to the mat. Rise up all the way. Coming into that gate pose. Right palm down onto the right shin. Your left arm reaches up and over. Lift up from the left side waist and reach the left arm all the way to the right. Good, windmill the hands down to the mat. Make your way back into a tabletop position. Go through another cat and cow, dropping the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, gaze back to your navel. And come back to a neutral tabletop position. Bring your knees a little closer together. Then inhale, lift the left leg up and away from the mat. Turn the left pinky toe down to the earth. And instead of letting the belly drop down to the mat, round through the upper spine, push the earth away and make that nice long spine here. Good. Now turn the left pinky down. Keep the left leg strong and straight. Lift the belly button and the front ribs away from the spine. Then slowly pick up the right palm. Bicep to the ear, thumb towards the sky. Gaze down, neck is still long. Take a deep inhale. Feel that energy from the back heel to your right pinkies. Lift up from your left shoulder. Exhale, pull the elbow and knee to touch. Gaze back to your navel. Hold it here. Inhale, come on back to extension. Slowly, steady with control. Flex the back foot. Exhale again, elbow and knee to touch underneath the body. Inhale, one more time, come back to extension. Exhale, pull the elbow and knee to touch. Then pulse it in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, back to that extension. Bend your back leg, sweep the right fingertips back without getting the curtain behind you. And then kick into your palm. Lift up from the bottom shoulder. Try not to sink in here. Lift everything up. Kick a little bit more. Roll the right shoulder back. Good job. And slowly release. Come on back onto your hands and knees. Inhale your left arm high to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your left shoulder, left ear down to the mat. Then reach your right arm forward. Rotate the right tricep muscle down. Spin the right bicep to the ceiling, keeping the hips over the knee line, pulling the belly in, twisting from the waistline. Then reach the right arm up to the sky. Bend your right elbow, reach back behind your back. Hold it here, or maybe picking up your right foot, right leg. Send it all the way back behind you. Maybe bending the top leg, reaching back for your foot or ankle. Then release. Come on back. Right palm pushes down into the earth, into the mat. Push that away as you lift the left arm high to the sky. Exhale, come on back onto your hands and knees. Then turn the right toes out to the side. Step the left leg back, coming into that modified side plank. So first check onto the right palm, right shoulder situation. Is the right Wrist right underneath the right shoulder, that's the first thing. Then open up through the right palm and lift up from the right wrist, right elbow, and right shoulder joint. Lift the left arm high, engage your left outer hip, flex the left foot, and pick up the left leg. Reach the top arm forward, bicep to the ear, palm facing down. Tug the tailbone under, pull the belly in, take a deep inhale. Exhale, elbow and knee to touch. Shh. Good, inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, elbow and knee to touch. Shh. One more time, inhale, reach and lengthen, nice and slow, good control. Exhale, pull it together and pulse. Shh. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach and lengthen, good job. Then release the left foot down to the mat, lift the left arm high to the sky. And then rise up using your strong core into that gate pose. Release the left palm onto the left shin and reach the right arm up and over. Deep inhale, exhale, go deeper. Good job, come on back. Windmill the hands down to the mat, back into that tabletop. Walk your hands a little forward, keeping the hips over the knee line. Dropping the chest down to the mat, bring the forehead to the mat, or lift up the gaze and bring the chin to the mat. Feel that opening in your chest, in your shoulders, in your armpits as you rotate the triceps down and spin the biceps up to the ceiling. Walk your hands back into that tabletop. Then just slightly walk the hands a little more forward, spread the fingers, turn the triceps back, biceps forward, tuck your toes under, and find your first downward facing dog. Soften both knees, lift the tailbone high. Feel how you're rooting down through all 10 knuckles, lifting the energy from the knuckles up all the way to the sit bones. Pull the belly into the spine, strengthen the core as you protect the lower back. Keeping the knees bent if you like, making sure you're focusing more on the length of the spine versus the straightness of the legs. Then slowly start to release the right heel down to the mat as you bend your left knee deeply. Feel that stretch in the back of the right leg, in your right calf, in your Achilles. Then come back, switch to the other side, release the left heel down as you bend your right knee deeply. Good, then do that a couple more times. Just walk out your dog with the breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Come back to center, lift the heels high away from the mat. Come on onto your tippy toes, push the earth away. Bend your knees, coming into a little bear pose. Maybe gaze forward, still rotating the triceps down. Inhale, the hips high. Exhale, come back into your down dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet behind your wrist, coming into Ragdoll Uttanasana. Grab onto opposite elbows, let the crown of the head to drop down to the earth, to the mat. Shifting the body weight more into your toe mounts. Almost getting that sensation that you could fall forward, but you're turning on your core muscles and staying safe in this pose. Soften the knees, focus on the length of the spine. Bring the hands behind your lower back. Place your thumbs onto the sacrum, onto your lower back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, bring the elbows closer together. Drop the crown of the head down, then slowly keeping the shoulder blades close together, start to straighten out through the elbows and lift the fist up to the sky. Feel how you kept that nice length in the back of the neck. You're not scrunching in your upper trap. You're releasing the tension from the neck, from the back. Good, release the thumbs back to the lower back. Then switch to interlock. Again, squeeze the elbows together, squeeze the shoulder blades. Then slowly keeping the shoulder blades together, start to straighten out through the elbows. Lift the fist up to the sky. Good work. Slowly release. Bring the hands down to the mat. Toe heel your feet together. Bring the big toes to touch, the heels to touch. Then slide your hands up onto the shin bones. And then push the shin bones into your palms and reach the crown of the head forward. Pull the belly in and squeeze the shoulder blades together, finding almost like a baby back bend here. Deep inhale, exhale, fold forward, keeping all that length, bring the forehead down to your shins. Then place your hands onto your hips, and one vertebrae at a time, start to roll up all the way to a stand, let the head come up last. Bring the hands to your heart, Samasthiti. Root down through all four corners of your feet. Lift up the kneecaps, engage the thighs, tuck the tailbone under, pull the lower belly in. Soften the shoulders away from the ears, soften the muscles around the face. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, slowly let out through the mouth. seal the lips, pulling the eyes open. Inhale the arms to the sky. Finding a baby back bend, goalpost the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, gently push the hips forward. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, maybe fingertips down into the mat this time. Keep all the length in the spine as you plant the palms and step back 1 foot at a time into a high plank position. Bring your feet together, roll over to the outer arch of the right foot and lift the left arm to the sky. Modify if you need to. You can always drop the bottom knee down. But if you like, you can reach the top arm forward and then see if you can pick up the top leg and maybe point the toe, reach the top arm forward, lengthen, tuck the tailbone under. Try not to send the booty back behind you. And slowly come on back to center, high plank. And an optional push-up, bend the elbows, keep the neck long, keep the legs straight. Then come on back into high plank, feet together, roll to the outer arch of the left foot, right arm high to the sky. Lift up from the bottom shoulder or maybe drop the bottom knee down, or you have the option to reach the top arm forward, keeping the tailbone tucked under, lift the top leg away from the mat, hold. Gently make your way back, come back to center, high plank pose. Slowly lower all the way down onto your belly, hips down, belly down, palms underneath the shoulders, press down to the tops of your feet, lift up the kneecaps, and slowly start to pick up your ribs away from the mat, squeezing the shoulder blades, keeping your neck nice and long. Deep, slow inhale, and exhale. Keep the glutes engaged. Slowly come on back down. Bring the hands by your side, turn the palms down and the thumbs out. Take a deep inhale, lift up the chest, lift up the shoulders away from the mat. And slowly start to pick up the fingers away from the mat. Keep the elbows straight. Your neck is still long. Try not to extend the neck this way. Keeping the neck nice and long. Then pick up your feet, keeping the knees straight. Point the big toes back. Engage the glutes. Spin your inner thighs slightly up to the ceiling. Deep inhale. Hold it here. Interlock the hands behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the fist away from the glutes. Legs are still long and straight. Deep, slow inhale. Exhale, come on back down. Forehead down onto the mat. Place your hands next to your floating ribs. So your wrist should be right underneath your elbow joint. Then squeeze the shoulder blades together. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Press down to the tops of your feet, especially the pinky toe side of the feet. Then slowly start to lift the chest up. Maybe pause halfway and keeping the elbows bent. Or maybe straighten the elbows, coming into upward facing dog, lifting the thighs away from the mat if it's appropriate for your back. And exhale, a downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. 3 breaths here. And back to that slow, steady, focus energy. Keep your eyes open and just focus on one spot. Keep your drishti on that one spot. Then inhale, gaze forward, exhale. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Roll up all the way to stand. Allow the head to come up last. Bring the hands to your heart, Samastirihi. Inhale, the arms to the sky. Finding a baby back bend, goalpost the arms. Lift up your heart, legs are straight. Push down through the heels. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift. And as you exhale, plant the palms, step back into high plank. This time you're gonna lower down into Chaturanga, bending the elbows, neck is long. Your knee can be down, of course. Inhale, upward facing dog, maybe cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths again. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Roll down all the way, one vertebra at a time. All the way to stand. Roll the shoulders back. Bring the hands to your heart. Inhale, the arms to the sky. Finding a deeper back bend this time. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift up your heart. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, fold forward. Hinge from the hips. Inhale, lift up your chest. And exhale, step back into high plank pose, lower down, Chaturanga, go through your vinyasa. Whenever you feel like the vinyasas are too much, skip the vinyasa. Make your way back straight to downward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it down. Inhale your right leg up halfway. Point the right toes down towards the earth. Level out through the hips. Exhale, pull the right knee to the right tricep. Round through the upper spine. Keep your back leg strong and straight. And then see if you can touch the right tricep with the right knee. And then exhale, bring it over to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Two more. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. One more. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Good job. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Point the toe lifted nice and high. Exhale, pull the knee to your nose. Round through the spine. Gaze back to your navel. Lift the right shin bone a little higher. Then just bring the gaze forward and step your right foot in between the palms. Drop the left knee down to the mat. Point the left toes back. Hands onto your shin. Inhale, arms up to the sky. So feel that stretch more into the front of left hip bone. And of course, you can feel it in your right hip as well. But feel how you're pulling the belly into the spine, lifting the energy from the tailbone all the way to the fingertips. Slow inhale. Sink down a little deeper as you exhale, but keep the lifting sensation from your lower spine. Deep inhale. And exhale. Now bring the hands to your heart center. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and turn and twist. Now your left knee is down. You can feel that this whole twist is coming more from the waistline, more from your belly button. So with each inhale, find more length through the spine. And with each exhale, see if you can soften the belly button. Pressing the palms together, softening the right shoulder away from the right ear. Now just softly tuck the back toes under. Stay in your twist and slowly, as mindfully as you can, start to lift the left kneecap away from the mat until your left leg, your back leg is going to go all the way to straight. Pressing those palms together again, feeling that twist from the waistline. Your left heel is pointing straight directly back behind you. Deep inhale and exhale. Good, bring the hands down to the mat. Step back into a high plank pose, then lower down onto your elbows. Forearm plank. Bring your feet together, roll to the outer arch of the right foot, and lift the left arm high to the sky. Side plank onto the right forearm. Lift the hips high. Allow the left hip to stay right on top of the right hip. So there is tendency to let the left hip, that's the top hip, fall behind your bottom hip. Stack it on top of each other. It's a little harder. And come on back to center, both elbows down onto the mat. Legs are engaged, feet are together. Then turn the left fingers in, roll over to the outer arch of the left foot and reach the right arm to the sky. Again, focus on the hip being stacked on top of the bottom hip. Lift up from your bottom shoulder, that's your left shoulder, and reach the energy all the way to the ceiling with the right fingers. And then come back to center, forearm plank position. Hold it here. Tuck the tailbone under, reach your sternum, the chest forward. Then bend your right knee and tap it down to the mat. Straight on the right knee, tap the left knee down to the mat. Straight on the left knee, tap the right knee down to the mat. Straight on the right knee, tap the left knee down to the mat. Then both legs are straight. Walk your toes in towards the elbows for your dolphin pose. Push the earth away with the forearms. Lift the crown of the head away from the mat. And lift the sit bones as high as you can. Soften the knees if you like. Gaze forward and see if you can lift up both forearms shoops in the same time away from the mat and come back into your downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg halfway up. Point the left toes down. Your left leg is strong and straight. And then as you exhale, bring the left knee to the left tricep. Your right leg, that's your back leg, is strong. And then now, you're going to touch the left knee, the left tricep with the left knee. Then as you exhale, bring it to the right. Touch it. Exhale, inhale, bring it to the left. Exhale, bring it to the right. Inhale, bring it to the left. Exhale, bring it to the right. Inhale, bring it to the left. One more. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the left. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Point the toe. Lift it as high as you can. Good. Exhale, bring the knee to your nose. Round through the spine. Tuck the chin to the chest. Lift the left shin bone even higher. Round through the upper spine. Gaze forward. And step your left leg in between the palms. Then just drop the right knee down. Slide the right knee further back behind you. Hands onto your left knee, pull the left hip back. Inhale the arms to the sky. Lift up from the waistline. Feel the stretch in the front of the right hip bone. Keep hugging the left hip back into the center line. With each inhale, find more energy, find more length through the spine. With each exhale, drop the hips a little deeper. Bring the hands to your heart center. Hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Join the palms together. Press the thumbs all the way together. Press the knuckles all the way together. Now start to feel that this whole twist is coming from the waistline, from the middle part of the body. Lengthen through the spine with each inhale and twist a little deeper with each exhale. Now mindfully tug the right toes under. And instead of rushing this, can you make it as slow as possible? Start to lift the right kneecap away from the mat. And then straighten out through that back leg all the way to straight. But make sure that the right heel is still pointing straight back behind you. You're not twisting in your heels. The twist is coming slowly from your belly button, from your waist area. Deep inhale. And exhale. Hands come down to the mat. Step back into a high plank position. Lower down again onto your elbows, onto your forearms. Now keeping both forearms down onto the mat, both elbows down into the mat. Separate your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Now allow both heels go out to the right side. So keeping the arches of the feet glued down to the mat. Keeping the elbows down to the mat. Lift up the hips. And back down. Lift up the hips. Shh. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Two more. Exhale up. Inhale down. Last one. Exhale up. And back down. Good. And roll back all the way to center. Pause. Feet are a little wider than hip distance apart. Roll the heels all the way out to the left. Keep both forearms down to the mat. And then exhale, lift up the hips. And inhale down. Exhale up. And inhale down. Exhale up. And inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Two more. Exhale up. Inhale down. One more. Exhale up. Inhale down. Come back to center. Walk the toes into the elbows. Dolphin pose. And then see if you can try it again. Gaze forward. And lift both forearms away from the mat. Downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. 3 breaths here. Slow down the breath again. Reconnect with the whole body. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha halfway lift. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Lift up the arms, shift the body weight back to your heels. Keep the whole spine nice and long. Then instead of creating a big arch into your lower spine, tug the tailbone under. Keeping the lower belly pulled actively into the spine, lengthening out from your lower back, dropping the thighs deeper. Check onto the toes, making sure you can see those toes hanging over the knee line. Turn the pinkies slightly towards each other and soften the inner shoulders away from the ears. So much to think of when you're doing yoga. Stay in the body. Focus on the breath. With each inhale, you're lengthening through the spine. And with each exhale, you're dropping the thighs a little deeper, squeezing the inner thighs towards each other like you're holding a block in between the inner thighs. Deep inhale. Exhale, fly the arms back behind you. Turn the palms down, neck is long. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Interlock the hands behind your back. Taking a slow, deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, fold forward, bring the forehead down, keep the bind behind you. Good, release the hands down to the mat. Toe heel your feet all the way mat distance apart. Allow your toes to come off of the mat. Turn the toes out, the heels in, and squat down to Malasana. Grab a block if you need that, place it underneath the sit bones. If you don't need the block, then just come into regular Malasana. Press the elbows into the inner knees. Press the palms together and bring your thumbs close to your heart. Just gently tuck the chin to the chest so the neck stays nice and long. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Drop the sit bones down to the mat. Pull the belly in, lengthen out from your lower back. Stay here for a couple more breaths, or maybe come into a little crow pose, crow prep if you wish. Bakasana, planting the palms shoulder distance apart onto your mat, spreading the fingers away from each other, lift the tailbone high, then place the knees onto the triceps, turn the triceps back, spin the biceps forward, and then practice just going forward and back, teeter-totter sensation. At some point, keeping the gaze forward, you're gonna feel like, all right, I can feel like my feet getting lighter. Then maybe try to pick up one foot, or maybe bring up both feet and bring the big toes to touch. Round through the upper spine. Recruit your core muscles here, making sure you're still focusing on the breath. Do not stop breathing. Hold it here. Maybe release the feet down, or just jump back into your low chaturanga and go through your vinyasa. Either way, make your way back into your downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky, bend the knees, stack the hips, let the right heel fall over to the left side, but still shine your right shoulder down to the earth. So the chest is facing down to the mat, and again that twist is coming from the waistline. Exhale, pull the right knee to the left tricep underneath the body, and just pulse it in 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there, extend the right leg out to the side, hold it here, or lift the left arm high, falling star. Lift up from the bottom shoulder. Come on back, left palm down, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step the right leg all the way forward into a low lunge. Keep your back heel lifted, your right knee is directly over the right ankle, and inhale, rise up into a high crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana. Bring your hands to your heart, soften the back knee, and then slowly tap the left knee down to the mat. Almost touching the mat with the back knee. Pull the belly and lift up from the waistline and hold it here. Then inhale, lift up the arms, straighten out to the back leg. And exhale, lean forward, reach the chest forward, pull the right hip back. Your back leg is nice and strong, nice and straight. Now shift the body weight forward. I'm not sure I have enough place. But try to just shift the body weight forward. And then pick up the back leg, come on into warrior 3. Now you can bend your bottom knee, that's the right knee, as much as you need it. I have a hamstring injury, so I'm gonna keep a nice bend into my right knee. But the back leg should be nice and straight. Pointing the left pinky toe down to the mat, flexing the back foot, keeping the core engaged. Deep, slow inhale, and exhale. Now soften the right knee even more. Now make your way back into that high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Lift up the arms, deep inhale. Bring the fingers aligned with the shoulder, reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Turn and twist in your waistline. Release the right hand onto the back of the left leg and reach the left arm high to the sky. Deep inhale. Exhale, window the hands down to the mat and come into a standing split. Shift the body weight into your right foot and pick up the left leg for your standing split. Grab behind the right calf, right ankle. Maybe wrap the right forearm behind the right calf as you pull the forehead down to the shin. Then bring both fingertips down onto the mat, bend your back knee, bend your front knee, and then push the back knee into the back of the right leg. Keep the fingertips down to the mat, or pick up the palm Shiva squat. Hands down to the mat, inhale your right leg high to the sky, and hold it here in your standing split pose, or maybe come into a little arm balance, little handstand, swinging the legs up to the sky, and finding a little wall, or maybe a little balancing time here. And then slowly make your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, chair pose Utkatasana, bend the knees. Drop the hips. Bring the hands to your heart center and twist. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And find that nice little twist here. You can come into your side crow. Hands down onto the mat. Place the outside of the right knee to the outside of the left tricep. And pick up your feet. Leading into your chaturanga arms. Maybe bringing the big toes to touch. Good job, slowly release. And come back into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up your heart. Exhale, go into a crow pose Bakasana again, or simply make your way back into down dog, or work on your prep, or go to a second set of Malasana. Maybe jump back and go through your vinyasa. Make your way back to your downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. This time point the left toe, bend the knee, and let your left heel to fall over to your right side. But shine your chest down, your left shoulder down to the mat. Exhale, pull the knee to your right tricep. Hold it there and pulse it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Extend the left leg out to the side. Keep your right palm down or lift up the right palm as you roll to the inner arch of the back foot. Falling star. Release the right palm down to the mat. Lift the left leg high to the sky. Exhale. Pull the knee to your nose. Step it all the way through. Low lunge. Bring the feet, the left foot in between the palms. And then make sure that the left knee is directly over the left ankle. Inhale, rise up. Anjaneyasana, high crescent lunge. Pull the left hip back, reach the arms to the sky. And bring the hands to your heart center. Bend your right knee. And then bring the right knee as close as possible to the mat. But in the same time, hug the left hip back into the center line. Lift up from the waistline. Keep the neck nice and long. See if you can bring the right knee a little closer to the mat. Feel that bird. Inhale the arms high. Straighten out to the right leg. Exhale, fly the arms back behind you, reach the chest forward. Maybe drop the left thigh bone deeper, but don't let the left knee to cave inward. Point it straight forward so you're keeping the left outer hip nice and strong. Reach with the chest forward. Now we're going to start to shift the body weight forward into that right foot. And we're going to stand up, come up into a warrior 3. Find balance on the left foot. Now again, bending the left knee is absolutely fine. Protecting the hamstring is absolutely fine, but try to lift up from the waistline, pull the belly in, keeping the whole torso nice and straight, nice and engaged. And your lifted right leg is straight. Your right pinky toes are pointing down to the mat. Then slowly soften your left knee, come back into crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. All 10 toes facing forward. Inhale, lift up the arms. Bring the fingers aligning the shoulders, twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. And then slowly release the back arm, that's your left arm, to the back of the right leg. And reach the right arm to the sky. Deep inhale. Exhale, then the hands down to the mat. You can head over into that standing split. So shift the body weight into the left leg and pick up the right leg. Walk the hands a little closer to your left foot. Maybe grab the left ankle. Grab the left forearm behind the left calf. Lift the right leg nice and high. It is hot yoga in this little studio for sure. And bring both fingertips down to the mat. Bend both knees. And bring the right knee behind the left calf. Squeeze it in. Keeping the fingertips down is definitely an option. Or pick up the hands and bring the hands at your heart. And bring the fingertips back down to the mat. Standing split, lift the right leg high to the sky. Choose to stay here, or if you did that little handstand practice, then maybe hop with the other leg up. So the one leg is, of course, a little easier than the other leg. But we're going to try to practice both sides, giving both sides a little chance. Oops. And then when you're ready, come to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Uttanasana. Bend your knees. Chair pose, Uttanasana. We did not forget about the left side. Alright, arms are up, hands at our heart center. Twist and turn, hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Stay in your twisted chair, that's perfectly fine. But see if you can, maybe you can place the left palm onto your lower back sacrum, making sure that lower back is nice and long, you're not rounding here. And then dropping the thighs deeper, softening the belly to twist. Or you can go into your side crow. Hands down, hook the knees to the outside of the right tricep. Then lean forward, lean into your chaturanga arms and pick up your feet. Slowly make your way back into a forward fold. Uttanasana. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Grab onto your big toes with the index finger and middle finger. Reaching your chest forward, finding a flat spine. Exhale, allow the forehead to come in between the shins and the crown of the head to melt down towards the earth. Push the elbows out to the side and really utilize the strength of the arms to pull your upper body closer to the lower body. But in the same time, can you lift the shoulder blades away from the ears and lengthen through the back of the neck? Deep inhale and exhale. Lift up the chest, come into a halfway lift. Now this time, slide your hands underneath your feet, turn your palms to the ceiling. Touch your wrist with your big toes, with the toes. Feel that wrist crease getting a little bit of a pressure here. You're stepping onto your palms, opening up the nerves in your palms. Deep inhale, reach the chest. Exhale, fold that all the way forward. And again, lift the shoulder blades away from the ears. Push the elbows out to the side. Utilize the strength of the arms. Pull the bicep. Use the biceps to pull the upper body closer to the lower body. Just slowly release. Toe heel your feet together. Hands at your heart center. Drop the thighs nice and deep. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Lift up your heels. Come on onto your toes. And then drop the thighs even deeper. Oops. Even deeper, keeping the heels high. Come on, drop the thighs, keep the heels high, and then come down all the way. Come down all the way into seated position. Boat pose, Navasana. Lean back. Whew. Nice and sweaty Saturday morning class. Roll the shoulder blades together or squeeze the shoulder blades together onto your back. Lift up your shins. Lean back a little bit more, then reach the arms forward. But if you feel like with that motion, you lost your spine, then just keep the fingers behind the knees. That's totally fine. Of course, you can straighten the legs if that's in your practice, but try to keep the length of the spine. That's your main goal here. Deep inhale, slowly go down into low boat or Ardha Navasana. Good, as you exhale, pull the right knee in. Inhale, exhale, left knee. Inhale, exhale, right knee. And continue doing that. You're gonna do that for 30 seconds, or you add a little twist. Twist to the right, twist to the left. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That's it. Or simply just do it with the knees pulling in, or alternating between. All kinds of options. And exhale. Only thing I'm asking from all of you guys, focus on the breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, coming all the way down onto your mat. Hug the knees to your chest, give yourself a nice little squeeze, a nice little hug. Keep the lower back down into the mat as you pull the knees to your chest. Good, then bring the soles of the feet down onto the mat and separate your feet all the way mat distance apart. Drop the knees out to the left and bring your right arm into a goalpost, turn the right palm to the ceiling, gaze over the right shoulder. You can make this pose a little more intense by placing the left ankle on top of the right knee and pulling the right knee down to the mat. You'll feel a deeper stretch in that lower back sacrum area. And back to center. Feet are still all the way mat distance apart. This time you're going to drop the knees out to the right. Left arm comes into a goalpost, placing the right ankle on top of the left knee and pulling the left leg closer down to the mat. Softening the gaze. You can keep the eyes open, you can close your eyes, but try to keep your focus inward. No distraction. Slowly come back to center. Hug the knees back to your chest. Then extend the left leg forward as you pull the right knee into that shoulder socket. Tuck the chin to the chest. Lengthen through the spine. Keep the left leg strong and engaged. Flex the left foot and push the back of the left knee down to the mat. Inhale, exhale. Bring your right knee over to the left. Gaze over the right shoulder. Feel a little deeper stretch in your spine. Slow, deep inhale and exhale. And come back to center. Both knees comes to your chest. Neutralizing the spine and switch to the other side. Right leg is long. Flex the right foot. Push the back of the right knee down as you pull the left knee into the shoulder socket. Tuck the chin to the chest. Deep inhale. Exhale. Bring the left knee to the right. Gaze over the left shoulder. Oh, feel that nice stretch. Stretch and twist. Good job. Back to center. Happy baby. Soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. You can grab behind the knees and stacking the ankles on top of the knee, keeping the lower back down onto the mat, keeping the head down to the mat. In fact, try to tuck the chin to the chest. But you can reach for your feet or big toes if that's available. But if you do that and you have to lift up the head or your tailbone comes all the way up to the sky, then just grab behind the knees. And again, a lot of my yogis, I see that it's a great idea to put a block underneath your head so you can keep the cervical spine healthy, straight, and no pressure there, right? Maybe you can extend the legs out to the side. Deep inhale. And slowly release as you exhale. Bring your arms by your side and release the soles of the feet down onto the mat. Your feet are hip distance apart. You can also grab a block here. I love grabbing a block here so that can control your knees to stay hip distance apart. That's just an option. If you don't even have a block, don't worry about it. We're going to go into bridge pose. Lift the hips up and away from the mat. Now if you have the block, you squeeze in the block in between the inner knees. You're going to feel how much you need to use your outer hip muscles and your glute muscles to lift the hips even higher. Bring the shoulder blades a little closer together. Press the outer arm bones down to the mat. Maybe when you interlock the hands underneath the body, press it into the pinky edge of the palm as you lift the hips even higher. Good, release the hips down. Just for a breath. You can continue doing the same thing with the block, or this time you can go upside, go back into Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose. Go up, either bridge or wheel pose. And again, imagine you still have that block in between your inner thighs. You're squeezing them together so your knees are not going out to the side. Good job, slowly come on back for a breath. And then you're going to repeat one more time, going back up. Urdhva Dhanurasana or bridge pose if you prefer. Lift the hips high. Focus on the breath. If you're in your wheel pose, lift the belly button up to the ceiling. Straighten out through the elbows. Push the hips to the front of the mat and push the chest to the back of the mat. Feel that full opening through the spine. And then slowly and gently come on back down onto your mat. Bring the soles of the feet together, let your knees to fall out to the side. Place your left palm onto your heart, your right palm onto your belly. Soften the inner thighs, inner groins, tuck the chin to the chest. Slow inhale through the nose. Slow exhale out through the nose. Then gently bring the knees together. Hug the knees to the chest. Grab behind the knees. Rock and roll back and forth a couple of times onto your mat. Massage the spine. And come on into a seated position. So we're going to open up our hamstring, our hips a little bit. And I'm going to give you guys a little chance to play around. So we're going to start with the right leg. Your left leg is long. Oh, you know what? No. My bad. We're going to start with both knees bent. Lift up through the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then hook or cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. Flex the right foot. So now you should feel a nice stretch in your right outer hip. If there's a tendency to dropping into the shoulder, keeping the spine inactive, try to activate the spine, pulling the belly in and lift up from the shoulder. And just soften the right knee away from the body. Of course, you can adjust by walking the hands closer, walking the left foot closer. Good job. And then straighten out through the left leg. Grab the right leg. You can wrap the left elbow and the right elbow around the left shin and left foot, or knee and foot. And then wrap interlock the hands as you pull the right shin towards the face. If this is too intense, you can also just bring two fists underneath the right shin and then pull it closer that way. But activate your left leg, your bottom leg. Feel that stretch again in the hip. Good. Now you're gonna grab that right leg and swing it over the right shoulder. It's gonna end up in between the elbow and the shoulder. And you're gonna place the right palm down to the mat and the left palm down to the mat. Just practice picking up your hips. Just pick up your hips. Push into those palms and pick up the hips. Push into those palms and pick up the hips. Good. Now release the hips down to the mat. Keep the right hand down onto the earth. With your left hand, grab the outer arch of the right foot and then slowly start to kick the right leg out to the side. So it may end up looking like this, or you can go a little deeper, straighten the right leg and gaze underneath the left shoulder. But here, if you feel the hamstring stretch, you are perfectly fine. Good. Now, bend your right knee, making sure it's in between the elbow and the right shoulder. Now pick up the left leg and cross it over the right leg. Now squeeze those legs together, glue them together, and then see if you can just poof, pick up the hips again. Poof, pick up the hips again, pushing into those palms. And if it goes well, you can actually balance there. Maybe shoot the legs out to the side and come on into this 8-limb pose. Lean into your chaturanga arms. And slowly come on back down. Whew. All right, let's do the other side. Come back into the same position, lift the chest up. Then this time cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. Keeping the active spine, flexing the left foot, softening the left knee away from the body. Allowing the left hip joint to open up. Allow the muscles around the hips to soften. Good, then straighten the right leg, flex the right foot, so keep that bottom leg active. And then grab the left shin. You're wrapping the right elbow and the left elbow around the foot and the knee. Or if that's too much, you remember you can place the two fists underneath the foot, just like that. All right? And then pull that leg, that shin, the left shin closer to the chest, but work on the nice straight spine. Good, then swing the left leg over the left shoulder. Again, it's gonna end up in between the elbow and the shoulder. It doesn't have to go over the shoulder or on top of the shoulder. That's really difficult. Place the palms down. The right palm goes to the outside of the right hip. Your left palm goes down in front of your left hip. Then push into the palms, lift up the hips. Push into the palms, lift up the hips. Push into the palms, lift up the hips. Good job. Now, you're going to start to work on that hamstring muscle. So keep the left palm down. With your right hand, grab the outer arch of the left foot. Straight spine, bottom leg is strong and straight, and start to kick. Again, it may end up right here. So with the hamstring, we don't want to mess around. You don't want to hurt that hamstring muscle. Trust me, I've done it in the past and it's no fun and it lasts forever. So be really mindful as you slowly breathing length into that left leg. If it doesn't go straight all the way, that's totally fine. You don't have to ever go to the straight variation. If it easily goes there and it's no problem, then just do it. Gaze underneath the right armpit. Then release. Keeping the leg over that knee, we have a last little play thing to do. Pick up the right leg and then cross it over the left. You can do it from the bottom, from the top, everybody's different. So figure out for yourself which grip holds better, all right? Then right hand comes down to the mat and you're gonna just practice picking up your hips. Picking up your hips. And then it goes by, you can hold it there, then maybe lean into your chaturanga arms and come into that 8-limb pose. Lean the chest forward, kick the legs out to the side. And slowly come back. Alright. Legs are straight, flex the foot, arms by your side. Maybe grab the flash from underneath you, feeling the sit bones rooting down to the earth. Inhale the arms to the sky, lengthen out from the spine, bend the knees as much as you need to maintain a flat spine. Then exhale, fold forward, reach the chest in here. And exhale, melt, fold all the way forward. Lift up the chest, bend your knees, soles of the feet down onto the earth, reach the arms forward and slowly one vertebrae at a time. So well deserved. Come on down onto your mat for your final Shavasana. Separate your feet all the way, mat distance apart, hip distance apart, maybe a little wider. Bring the arms by your side, and the arms can go all the way out to the side. And gently, slowly pull the knees onto your chest. Roll over to your right side. Slowly press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Cross your shins. Bring the hands to your heart center. Gently bow your head in front of your heart, in front of your practice, in front of this universe. Feeling grateful for this moment. Grateful for our bodies. Grateful for yoga. Grateful for our community. Gently lift the thumbs in between the eyebrows. Slowly lift the gaze to the ceiling. Blink your eyes open. And together we bow forward, sealing into our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming and practicing with me today. It was an absolute pleasure to be your guide on this Saturday morning. Hope you guys enjoyed the class. Please always leave me a comment. You can always find these videos on YouTube at Aura 7 Yoga. And I wish you guys a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I'm going to be here again Tuesday at 10 a.m. and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Have a wonderful weekend. See you guys soon.